What's up, everybody? It's Greg. We have exciting baseball in late September. The Cincinnati Reds play a huge three-game series in Milwaukee against their nemesis, the Milwaukee Brewers, tonight. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Cincinnati Reds Daily. I'm Greg. We've got a huge weekend ahead. The Reds are still alive in the playoff race, and it all comes down to this final series of the regular season, like I said, against the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, let's break down exactly what's needed to happen for the Reds to punch their playoff ticket. All right, so the Reds enter Friday night just one game back of the New York Mets for the third and final National League wild card spot. It's simple. Win and hope the Mets lose. But depending on how the Reds play against Milwaukee, the math changes. So let's go scenario by scenario. The Diamondbacks are also in the race still, but it's highly unlikely that they make it, but I'll throw them in here as well. If the Reds go 3-0, Cincinnati needs the Mets to just lose one single game. The Diamondbacks do not factor in at that point. Sweep Milwaukee, and as long as New York drops a game, the Reds are going dancing. Now, if the Reds go 2-1 against the Brewers, the Mets would need to lose twice. Again, the Mets are playing the Marlins. The Mets would need to lose twice if the Reds go 2-1. Again, in that scenario, the Diamondbacks do not matter. 2 wins might be enough will be enough if the Mets fall twice. If the Reds go 1-2, that's when things get dicey. The Reds would need the Mets to get swept by the Marlins, and the Diamondbacks would have to also lose once. Not impossible, but it's definitely a long shot. If the Reds get swept, let's be honest, they don't deserve to make the playoffs, and it's over. They are mathematically eliminated if they get swept. So those are all the scenarios on who makes it, what happens. Now, let's talk about Friday's matchup on the mound. You got Zach Littell getting the ball for the Reds. Littell's pitched all right lately. Started with a couple really good starts for the Reds when they acquired him at the trade deadline. Leads the league in giving up home runs. Last start out, he gave up 2 solo home runs, which wasn't bad. That was the only damage he gave up. So you can live with solo home runs. I think they'll have a short leash with Littell. On the other side, Milwaukee counters with Quinn Priester. Here's the problem with Quinn Priester. The Brewers have won 19 straight games when Priester has started. That's a pretty crazy stat, and the Reds will need to break that streak to keep their season alive pretty much. The Mets, meanwhile, finish up with 3 games against the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara will start for the Marlins. Let's hope the former Cy Young winner pitches like a Cy Young winner against the Mets. Let's talk about the offensive struggles just really quick before we get out of here. The Reds' offense has to be better. They have to wake up. They scored just 7 runs in the Pirates series, and that was including 1 game in extra innings. That's just not going to do it. That's not going to cut it against Milwaukee. And it's no secret the Brewers have had the Reds' number. The Reds are just 16-44 against Milwaukee in their last 60 games. If there was ever a time to get the monkey off their back, it's this weekend. So there you have it. The math is clear. And the stakes, honestly, they couldn't be higher. You got the Brewers, the team you really struggle with. You're going to Milwaukee. The Reds need to get the monkey off their back, beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee doesn't have really anything to play for, but they're not just going to lay over and die. So that's it. Tonight, huge game for the Reds. If you've made it this far, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Comment below, do you think the Reds will make the playoffs? I'm gonna hope for yes. Let's be positive. Let's be positive and say yes. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let's hope next time we talk, the Reds have clinched a postseason berth. As always, we'll see you next time. Go Reds.